What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. When we left off in the last episode, we were doing some stuff and things with expanding the base and doing some redesigns and all that crap. A lot's been going on-ish. I mean, nothing too crazy, but I've made some decent progress. Let me see here. Where's my refinery? I want to turn that on. Where's the refinery thing? Because I want to refine this back into iron because I need some more steel plates because I ran out. Because I've been being attacked by zombies a lot lately, mainly because I've been doing some underground work, and so like while I'm busy underground not paying attention, you know, I come back out and then all of a sudden there's just like a ton of them smacking at my walls, which is annoying. Let's see, we'll throw that back in the assembler. Stone, I don't know how I feel about stone. I don't really know that it's all that useful. At least with like Empyreon, they made it to where you can make concrete out of it, but I don't really know. I mean, all I think you can make stone with is gravel. Or out of stone is gravel. Assembly, turn that on. And it's really risky because my battery's getting low because I'm not getting enough power for what I'm putting out. But one of the biggest problems is they keep attacking my solar panels here. I need to raise them up or something. And this outer wall, you can see that I'm missing steel plates over here because I didn't have enough to fit them, or to repair them. So they keep coming after these edge walls, and I keep having to try and, basically, I keep having to try and repair them all. And I don't really know how best to do that. I know the simplest solution would be a turret system, which would work. I just don't know if I have the materials to make a turret system at this point, or not, because I'm barely kind of keeping everything. Like, essentially, if this were a TV show or a movie, my base would be held together with duct tape and, you know, it's all patchwork stuff. Like, I'm really scraping by in terms of materials, but in my defense, I haven't even gone mining at all once yet. Where do I keep getting scrap metal from? I mean, it's fine. And I'm leaving my refinery and assembler off if I can help it. I probably should leave the oxygen generator off, actually. I'll leave the moisture evaporator going. I don't know that that really takes up much. What is it, 220? Oh, and you can upgrade slot those. I didn't know that. Alright, so now how's my battery doing? It's still draining more than it's getting. Hydrogen tank, 6% full. I think that's plenty for now. I don't think we're really doing a whole lot with it. Let's turn that off. Check the battery. Okay, now we're gaining. Good. That's what I need. I need to be gaining at this point to store up and save up energy. But I did want to make sure that I could still run the med room for obvious reasons. If that goes down, I can't respawn if I die. Well, you can, but I feel like this skate pod thing should be a one-shot use. And I do have the reactor I could turn on in case of an emergency. Let's see. We're getting more input than we are putting out, which is good. Where's my solar panels? Max output is 40. Oh, I get it. Max output fluctuates. So they're at 2 dots, so we don't have the sun for too much longer. Unfortunately, I've been trying to get it to where the episodes, while I'm recording, it's during the day. And lately I keep ending up, by the time I'm done with all my grind work, it's nighttime. But as you can see, I'm starting work on my tunnel. Well, no, actually I'm done with the tunnel. I'm starting work on my conveyor system to connect up these guys. That's what took me so long and what I was underground doing. I poked a hole here and worked my way down. We're going to turn my HUD lamps on. And got all the way through here. Found out I was a little bit high, so I dropped it down a little bit and then brought it back this way, and it might still need a little bit of trimming, like right there. But there's some ice, so that's fine. I did actually end up with a lot more ice than I expected, because I really wasn't expecting to do that much terraforming or whatever. And I know everybody was like, yeah, we were telling you, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. So, you know, like I said, we changed the system to where now it uses the moisture evaporator to make it make more sense. So we were getting ice anyway. I really just didn't want to destroy the terrain more than I had to, because I like how this looks out here. But I built this tunnel with a combination. It was very difficult to do, actually, as opposed to something like Minecraft that's, you know, you just dig so many squares down. Because this is dynamic, it was really kind of tough. So I was using a combination of GPS coordinates that I kept making, along with, like, I made a coordinate for over there and one for where it was, but I couldn't really quite, I had no, like, F3 screen, like in Minecraft. So it was hard to tell where I actually was in relation to the coordinates. But what I actually found worked really well is the spectator camera, which I did add that to my world save in order to do screenshots and things. But the spectator camera was great because I could come out here and you're under the ground and you could kind of see where you were in relation to what you were doing and everything. So that actually helped out a lot once I thought to use that. Now, I don't know if I have the materials or the stuff or whatever to do this line completely, and I don't really want to get started on it because I don't really have a way to get out. The tunnel is kind of tiny. Actually, in order to get out, I basically dug my way. I broke all the conveyors that I was using for measuring and brought them back. I was just using the skeletal frame. But it does give me an idea. I could build it from the end back. I didn't even think about that, but now that we have an endpoint where this conveyor is, or the cargo container, I can actually build it in reverse. So we need steel plates, or interior plates, I mean. Steel tubes, motors, and construction components, I think. I don't think we need computers, but I'll grab some, just in case. I can't remember. I think it's just motors, steel tubes. Well, actually, I could just look. Interior plates, motors, steel tube, construction components, yeah. So what we're going to do... I'm glad I thought of this. Come on. Is we're going to go down here, and I'm going to build it in reverse, I guess, and that way I can build my way out as we go. This one was a little bit more abruptly dug. Maybe you can tell, I don't know. Oh no, I exposed it. That's daylight, I didn't want that. I wanted it to be completely underground. But there's a little piece of daylight showing up. Right there, I think. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Okay, so that's good. And I kind of just, as I place them, if there's anything in the box, then I kind of just trim it up a little bit. Now, you don't have to do that, I don't think, technically, as long as it places, I think it'll work. But I like to trim it up a little bit and just make sure it's not, there's nothing inside the conveyor tube, just in case it caused a problem or something. So, oh no, I'm out of interior plates. That was fast. Alright, I gotta make more. But yeah, the other thing that I found was very useful. Was actually a suggestion that somebody told me about in the comments. So, for example, if you break this and there's a bunch of stone, or like I'm full of materials, you can hit Alt F10 at the same time, and you go into the like admin mode, and there's a bunch of different things you can do here. But the cool one is clean up, and then remove floating objects, and you can see the stone disappeared. So you can do that for, if it's just stone and you already have, like me, like 90,000 or something, and you're like, I don't know what I will ever use this much stone for, you can just dig and dig and dig, and then when it starts getting bogged down or something, you can just clear them instead of picking them all up. That's what I started doing, because stone is very invaluable, or like, not valuable at all to me. That's kind of one of those reverse invaluable. I was thinking, like, not valuable at all, and then I was like, I'm not really sure that's how you're supposed to use that. Alright, production. What do I need? Iron. Okay, well that's easy. It's kind of strange in a way that the interior plates and the steel plates are actually made out of the same things. Okay, we're drawing again from it. So, our current input is 35 and our current output is 560, so that's a problem. So the assemblers are too strong at this point. And the refinery, I think, is just as bad. Or worse, actually. I need to do up my power script thing again. Oh, when it's not doing, it's like 1, it looked like. Alright, so now our current output is 4 and our input is 30, so we're back to gaining again. Good. Okay. Okay, so we'll grab that. Yeah, I think interior plates is what you use the most of in the, Oh! I'm out of steel tubes. That's not good. Speaking of, what do you actually use the most of? Small steel tubes. Actually, construction components are what you use the most of. I just happen to have a crap load of them, so I guess I didn't notice. Yeah. I'm looking right at them. I know it. What am I looking for? Steel tubes. There we go. Iron again. Alright. So I'm going to do some of this stuff and see how far we can get, and we'll go from there. Alrighty. So at this point, I've actually completed the tunnel and the conveyor tube. Now, the only bad part is this is very vulnerable at this point. So let me drop into my spectator camera again so you guys can see what all transpired. So yeah, this lines up with the cargo container right there. Like I said, there is a little bit of an exposure right there, but I'm not really that worried about it. I was kind of trying to keep everything submerged or subterranean. And then it runs through like this, and then it comes up through the tunnel here and connects up over here. So, and then like I said, we'll probably do, I'm thinking of, what is going on with my camera? When you look up, there's some weird camera stuff going on. Like your hand ends up being inverted or something funky. It's really weird. And if you're third person and you look up, it ends up fine. But if you're first person, it ends up doing some weird stuff. Anyways. So that one's probably going to be a elbow. And then, I could do it a couple different ways, actually. You could have it, have a conveyor here and a conveyor here or something. But anyways, all of these will be connected and then go over to this one. And as you can see here, we have connections going to this one. Now, I don't know, since that is connected, I don't know if this will actually do... I don't know if it'll actually go from here. Oh, it looks like it did. So here's our one tank. And then where's our other tank? Hydrogen tank 2. Okay, so it does actually fill that up. Sweet. So if I'm right, this one is tank 2. No, this is tank 3. Oh, okay, yeah, I wanted it to be. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So I guess I can actually take this down then. I hope. Whoops. Okay. Now, let's just, like, double check real quick. Now's a great time, especially considering that I'm almost out of hydrogen. Hydrogen tank 2 still has 6 point... Alright, cool. So we're going to set that... oh, this is the oxygen generator. There we go. So I have a hydrogen bottle. We'll take that and replace it. Oh, this is off. Alright, so there we go. Auto refill. Alright, and then turn you back off. Conserve power. The hydrogen tank is fine. We'll set it to stockpile mode. I guess it doesn't really matter if the oxygen tank is like off. Or I mean, if the hydrogen tank is like off, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can leave it in there. So yeah, overall, that works out really well. We're doing pretty good in terms of our stuff. And we got some more iron or steel plates back from taking down this tank, because the tank is gigantic. And actually, I don't know. I mean, we could leave this conveyor here and just attach, or just make a Gatling turret here. I don't know how this would work, though. Like, if it sees something there, is it going to shoot through my conveyor tube? I'm not all too sure. And it also doesn't protect over here by the solar panels. I've been kind of just doing routine sweeps every few minutes or so, just kind of flying around the base and making sure everything's fine. I ran out of interior plates to finish that conveyor system up there. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking, and then we can also obviously go off of this platform, but a couple of people had mentioned, you know, are you going to do, I thought you were going to do conveyors along under the stairs, and I ran into two problems. I actually did add a mod to do the slanted conveyors, like this, which they're basically the same thing. It's just a little bit more, like if you place this here and then you do one like this, it's just a little bit more sightly, I guess, than, I don't know, I guess it's really not that much different, because it still takes up the same space as an elbow, so I guess that doesn't really do anything. But the problem with this is these are too long, literally, like two spaces long, so even if I'm using the slanted ones, you'd still have to go out, up, out, up, out, up if you were following them along underneath. And I just didn't like how that would look. We've got this cool, you know, angled platform, and then you've got, like, going, you know, just zigzag underneath it. And I just thought that was kind of meh. It just didn't really seem all that interesting. Plus, I think this looks a little bit better because it continues the, like, platform kind of thing along with the struts. And what I'll probably do, I don't know if I'll contain all of it, but like this part at least, I'll do down to here. We're gonna do in like curved, like this will be regular blocks, and then the edges will be like from here along the side will be curved, and we'll have a thicker tube that goes down to encase it and protect it a little bit better. At least that's my idea. Ooh. That's at least my idea. I don't know if there is a, you know, if you wanted to use like catwalks or glass, or, you know, I don't know if there's like a simpler way to do it. And as you can tell, I did manage to get the precision rifle, because it adds the red dot, which is really cool. I like it. And it's a little bit more accurate. Ow! Where'd you come from? And as you can see, at least for what I'm dealing with, I don't really need something a lot more rapid fire like the... there's another one that is... It increases the fire rate, but I'm doing fine with this one, and I wanted more accuracy out of it. So that worked out. But yeah, overall I'm happy with the tunnel thing. That was a fun... Well, I shouldn't say fun, because it really was rather monotonous to do all that. But it was interesting. Like, you know, everybody just does platforms and different things. I'm trying very, very hard in order to make this a little bit more intriguing for myself and for you guys. I'm trying to just do some things, kind of go outside my comfort zone, not just do the basic things, using curved blocks, digging into the ground, doing some terraforming, not just building straight things and edges and all that stuff, but doing curves and angles. And I'm trying to just kind of break it up a little bit and do something a little more different, basically. Which I think is working. I think it's coming along well. Actually, the biggest problem at this point is resources. I'm running really, really low on a few things. And it also occurs to me that I accidentally shot that when I was down in the tunnel trying to shoot up at a zombie at one point. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for resources. Somebody had told me that, like, dark patches and stuff on the ground were mineral deposits and things. So I was kind of looking around a little bit to see if there was any areas around here where I had some resources. I'm not seeing anything, though, as far as the hand drill. Even though it's really close range, it's supposed to still have a little bit of an ore detector on it. And it's not really picking up much of anything in this area, so I'm not really sure what, like, kind of how to deal with that or what that implies, or where I'm going to have to go for resources. I mean, obviously, as big as this is, there's definitely resources somewhere. I mean, this is a gigantic planet. You can tell that just by, like, going up to the top and kind of looking around. It's a huge place. Like, the scale of the planets and stuff is really intense. Woo! Ping pong. Oh, I guess I'm up high enough the gravity's a little lower. What are we at gravity-wise? No, 9.8. Should be fine. So yeah, there's a lot of space we can work with. I just don't see any resources around here at the moment. My other idea... You know what's funny is I don't have a beacon or anything on this place, so I was like, where'd my base go? The other idea that I had was literally to just build an ore detector up on top of the base, just to give me an idea of where things were around me. This does not require interior plates, so I may in fact actually just do this. I think what I'm going to do is maybe this, and see if I have what I need to build a Gatling turret. I think I actually do. So let me build those two things. I keep waving because that button's set to an emote. Let me build those two and see what I come up with, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so we're making some good progress here. I went ahead and got a Gatling turret, and we attached it right there to the conveyor. I made a little bit of ammo, not a ton. I don't actually know what this translates to because I can't get in and control it for some reason. I think it's because I don't have a flight seat. But I can't get in and control the turret, so I don't actually know how much ammo it has. But we put 5 containers in there. I guess it's... I don't know if that's supposed to be 25 rounds of 184 or how that's actually set up. Because normally I'm used to reading it in calibers, not... so I guess it's 25 rounds for 184 millimeter? Maybe? I'll have to look that up. Or you guys can let me know in the comments. One of the two. The other thing that I did was I built an antenna because I have an ore detector, but it didn't seem to find anything. Now, granted, its range is actually really small. I think it said like 100 meters or something, but I didn't know if it needed the antenna to broadcast what it was doing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and then we'll set the ore detector to on. You can see the range is 150, and then broadcast using antenna is set to on. So I don't know. I wasn't sure if I needed the antenna or not, but even with the antenna I'm not finding anything. So I'm wondering if that means that I actually just don't have any ore within 150 meters in any direction. What are you shooting at, dude? Man, that's cool. So at least this area is covered, like from what it can see. Dang. I might actually lower its range a little bit so that I don't have to run out as far. Oh, it got him! Wow, I'm bouncing all over the place. Okay, so it can hit things from the door before it gets to the door. That's good. I didn't think it could cover there, but yeah, I guess it can see it from there. Sweet! Alright, well that worked out better than I thought. Let's turn its range down a hair, though. Because it's at 600 meters, so let's take it down to, like, I don't know, 350 should be good. Even that seems a little... That's probably a little farther away, I'm not really sure. Because I just kind of want it to cover this area. It doesn't need to shoot at everything, but actually this is a really good spot, because it can hit from there all the way around here, and then to there. And then there's a blind spot here, but then it can get this. I didn't think it could do that, so it's actually covering the door from the left. If they come at it from this angle, though, I don't know. because there's a blind spot there by the tree. But still, I mean, that works out really good, though. Oh, I meant to check and see what kind of ammo it had left. Okay, so it's used, or it's loaded in at least a box. I don't know if it's, so I might have a ammo deficit thing going on. So we're getting there. Supplies are still a problem, though. That's something that probably needs to be addressed pretty soon, because I'm running low off of the materials of what I've scavenged and got off of our... It's kind of crazy to think that I built this whole thing, though, off of that lander. All of the lander materials and what the zombies have brought me. I haven't done any mining, which is really kind of crazy to me. I can't see how you can get this much stuff. I mean, granted, this isn't done. It's all scaffold and everything, but still, I can't see how you can get that much done off of a single lander ship kind of thing. That's pretty crazy. You know what else I might do? I just thought of this, but I think the angle's wrong. I don't think it would help me. I thought about putting solar panels on the top of this roof, but it doesn't really go up and over. It kind of does this thing like we've seen before. So I still think at some point I want to get my way up to the peak there, and then set up a rotating solar panel farm is, I think, my objective at this point. Like, go out a little bit, and then maybe when we get to... I'm thinking about here. When we get up to, like, here, then turning the platform and going this way and going up the mountaintop. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's a long way away, and I have a feeling this will be scaffolding for a while. Unless I just hit a huge iron mine or vein or something like that. But yeah, so I think the next episode is going to be about identifying and finding resources. We've got a pretty good setup going. We have an antenna, we have a solar panel system that's getting by. In an emergency, we can turn on the reactor. We finally got our conveyor system hooked up to this stuff up here, though it's not really protected, but it is kind of protected from the turret, by the turret, so that's a good thing. So yeah, overall though, I think the biggest problem at this point, we've solved our jetpack situation with the moisture farm, or moisture evaporator, and the power system will get us by for a while. It's not ideal, but it'll do for a bit, especially if I'm not doing anything. Like if I'm off finding materials or something like that and there's nothing being drawn on from the base, then the battery's just going to store whatever power it gets, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so I think the next big thing is going to be trying to find resources. I need some source where I can get like iron and things to make more steel and interior plates and things, so I can move on. Though I will say this, I want to kind of move forward and keep expanding and keep doing, but I'm thinking if I do that, I'll never get done. And so I'm wondering if the best course of action is to actually finish what I've done here. Like gather resources, like I mentioned, find resources and all that, but rather than using those resources to expand further, I'm thinking I should probably complete what I've done, because I have a bad habit of not finishing projects. I get, you know, anybody that's seen my Minecraft series know. I have a very hard time actually completing projects, because usually I get sidetracked. So I'm wondering if I should actually just keep focused and keep building and all that kind of stuff, and then once this is all completed, then go and actually expand and do and all that stuff. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Actually, I probably have enough of the construction components and all that kind of stuff that I probably could finish off these tanks and things, and then the rest of it's mostly just steel and stuff. So, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be finding resources. That's my next goal. So if any of you guys have any tips or anything that you'd like to divulge, I am all ears. But in the meantime, I think we're going to wrap things up here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!